Welcome back, folks. What an absolute crazy couple days we've had. This is Bitcoin on the 1 hour, and I'm going to be honest with you, the price action from the last couple days have been very frustrating, but big swings nonetheless. We went up, let me see, from the absolute bottom to the absolute top, 25%. Insane. But like I said, pretty frustrating. Reason why is because we were just missing levels or front running them. Let me quickly go over so that you know what I mean. We had this rising wedge already set. The entire social media was looking at it. Most likely we're not going to reach the bottom here at approximately 53. This is also exactly what happened. We bounced off, so we can take this falling wedge off. But what I was also looking out for is that we would maybe take out this low right here, and we just barely front run it, and then later on the exact same happened. I was looking for price to take out these two lows. That didn't happen. We just barely front run it, and then we just moved up higher very fast, and after that we had a bit of a squeeze up and just not a good retrace. And that is also something that I have seen a lot during the bull run, where you just see price here going up, sideways, going up again, sideways, so you're then expecting another move up, but that then on Friday and during the weekend didn't happen. So yeah, it was not really a good moment here to get into the long trade. Then we hit the golden pocket, as you can see, 61 to 65. This was not a short for me, because if you look back in time, when we hit that golden pocket, this is again on the 1 hour, and pretty much every other time frame looks the same. Maybe for the very small time frames it will be different, but look here on market Cipher B, there is absolutely nothing here in the chart that says, oh, this is bearish, we need to get into short. No bearish divergence, money flow is not coming down, momentum wave is not yet flipping over. So that was not a short for me. And of course, then in hindsight you would say, oh, there would have been a perfect entry, but at that time there were just no confirmations, and yes, of course, then we came down. Then you would maybe wait for price to go up once to take out these highs, once again tapping that golden pocket, then to go lower, and so far that hasn't happened. During the weekend we see a little bit of a move down. So yeah, like I said, a little bit frustration. This price action that we had in the last couple of days really reminds me of the bull run that we had somewhere from 20-25K all the way up. This is then Bitcoin on daily. You can see prices just slowly going higher. There's not a really good retrace, not a good wick to get into once we are taking a level. And here's the same. Here is the same. Here is the same. So it's just pretty annoying. That means that every retard can just enter a trade any moment in time, 100x leverage, not getting liquidated. That is very unusual and very, like I said, frustrating price action to trade. Alright, cool. Other than that, once we hit that golden pocket and we went lower, we also hit the macro value area low. That is a blue line in my screen. You can see we hit it exactly. If you would extend this, then you could also say we just went slightly higher and then lower again, but I just like to keep it because actually with this dump you're losing the range, but nonetheless it is a confluence of value area low and macro point of control. But like I said, because I didn't see anything in my indicators and it was just a one tap and then a dump, this was really the macro golden pocket, so that is measured all the way from the top to the bottom. Then I don't like it that we have just a single tap and then we're going lower. I like price to spend a little bit of time on such a key level, maybe zigzag there a little bit, take out the local lows or local highs, and then eventually to go lower. That is then more my kind of trade on such a big time frame. Now, I also said last week on another level, I don't like it that we spend so much time. That really then depends on the time frame. So this golden pocket is the golden pocket from the absolute high to the absolute low. Then I want to spend some time there. And if it is more local level, then a single tap for me is fine. So that's just how I trade. All right. I have a bullish and a bearish case for you, because then of course is the question, where do we go from here? Well, first the bullish case, and that is that we do have a very nice bullish divergence on the daily time frame. If I pull this up, then you can see that momentum waves are already getting a higher low. So those are just slowly sloping up. Money flow is not yet in confluence, but it could still happen. That red dot for today maybe a little bit concerns me, but so far this is your bullish divergence where momentum waves are creating a higher low, and price here of course created the lower low, and so therefore the bullish divergence is 100% valid. There is not really a price target, but usually it gives us a relatively good move. You could say, well, the move already happened, but for this bullish divergence on a daily time frame to such a big level, I'm actually then expecting new all-time highs. Would we go lower now from here again, then I'm just mainly looking at a higher low. Also on the weekly, it actually looks pretty bullish. Let me quickly take out all the drawings, and you can see this green candle. When we were here, oh my lord, it was so bearish, but actually then during the week we just came up higher, 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 even reclaimed the weekly open slightly higher, and then during the weekend we had a small dump, so therefore you now have this green hammer candle. But it also just tells you that the bulls are actually in control because they're just buying the price up again. And then in combination with the bullish divergence on a daily, that actually makes me pretty confident that the low for now might be in. On a bearish scenario, you could also say, well, we actually rejected from that macro value area low and the golden pocket. That was the area to get a retrace, and actually then it is nothing more or less than again a lower high. We have our high here, you have your lower low here because it's lower compared to this low, then you have your lower high again, you have your lower low again, your lower high again, so this might then result into a lower low. So yeah, for both scenarios there's a case to be made. To be very honest with you, I'm slightly leaning more bullish. Maybe also because where we are in the cycle and that we have taken most of the liquidity and the quick buyback, the bullish divergence, the weekly candle, it looks relatively okay. For now we have a few very interesting levels. So this is now BTC on the 4 hour. I will be looking at a few levels. We have this support and resistance flip, not so valid anymore. For now I will keep it in, but we might not trade of it. If I'm looking at a volume profile, actually I want to do this on the hourly real quick, then you can see that we have the local value area high from this area and the 38.2, and that's exactly where we're bouncing off right now. So if you caught this trade, congratulations, this could have been a long. You should have put your stop loss now already, at least to break even and probably take out some profit. Then I also drew in a high volume node, that is this line right here. There's a high volume node from this volume area. So if we would go down one more time, let's say during New York, hitting that volume node or that SR flip, SR level, and then to go higher again, then you also have bullish divergence on maybe multiple time frames. That could be a very nice trade. In this case, since we already went up from the lows to the highs 25%, I am not looking at the most perfect levels. If we're getting something that looks okay, I want to get into a trade. If this thing eventually runs up much higher, then I want to be exposed to the long side. If this thing would break, so let's say we get a small bounce here, then we are going lower. This is almost too good to be true because there is so much coming together here at the golden pocket. We have the point of control of this whole area, that's the red line. I'm going to zoom in because I want you to see it. We're having a daily level at this area that is 55,144. We have a naked weekly point of control at 54,934. Then we have the point of control of the range of 54,838. Then we have the golden pocket between 54,005 something and 54,000. We have another daily level here at 54,000. So this whole area right here is just perfect. I can almost not imagine that price would just slice through this level without giving any significant bounce. So this would be, like I said, almost a too perfect of an area. There's a whole box, therefore I just drew in the box is approximately 2%. I will enter at local price action, but to not get some kind of reaction of this area would be very strange to me. So this is the absolute most preferred long trade, and yeah, what I just drew on earlier could be a long trade depending on how price gets there and how it reacts. But this actually could be a very local long, and then I will just play it here to this local high right here. So the two most important longs, I still have the long all the way here from the bottom. Actually, like I said, I think that the bottom is in, so in case we are getting lower and we're getting something like an SFP trade, so eventually a dump, a quick recovery and then higher, I will enter the trade. But to be honest, from this point on, I'm not sure if we're getting it, but I will just leave it on just in case. From the short side, for now I only have two local trades that I like, and that is from this naked point of control. So we have now quite a few on the chart. Then my first target would be here, the value area high of this range, and then your stop loss is very locally here above these highs. So that will start somewhere from 61,250-ish, 61,300, and then of course your stop loss above the local high once it is reached, so that could be approximately 62k. And then we have again that golden pocket and that high. I would actually like to see to be that high taken out, so that price would go higher and then eventually take this high out, lose it again, and then to go lower. Then I would do exactly the same as with this trade and put my stop loss above the local high. And the reason why I'm still interested in this is because this rejection here from the golden pocket was a little bit of a tap and go, and like I said, usually I like it on such a big level that we are spending a little bit of time on there. So I wouldn't mind if eventually price now goes higher. Maybe we get a scalp from this level, then eventually here spend some time here, try to reclaim the price, unable to, and then eventually roll over. And if we spend a half a day or a couple hours, that would be absolutely amazing. I will trade it to the downside. Also here, target would be at least the value area high of the range. So that will be it. Two shorts that I like, and three longs that I'm interested in. I'm slightly leaning more bullish because of the time in the cycle where we are, and yeah, because of the bullish divergence that we had, the green weekly candle. I wouldn't be surprised if we are slowly marching higher from here. Also saw that a few alts are already bouncing up pretty fast. Best thing that could happen to us is if we first go lower, create a wick on that weekly candle, and then to reclaim and then just march higher with some good market structure. That's very important, and then I think we can see new all-time highs in a couple of weeks from now. That will be it for today. That will be it for now. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If I take any trade, I will update you on Twitter. So if you want to follow me there, please look at the link in the description. And when you're down there, anyways, also please do me a favor by liking and subscribing so you don't miss any future updates. And I'll see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.